So thank you so much for joining the call. We are in day 2 of the paradigm shift um, 5 days masterclass, in which I'm giving you an introduction as to how you can change your mindset, how scientifically we can rewire our brain and can manifest almost anything that we desire in our life. Okay, it's not very simple, but it's not impossible. And half the things, like we discussed yesterday, we do it unconsciously. We know a lot of things, but we don't know the logic behind those things, right? So we discussed a lot of things, and I shared the video with you all. I'm sure you would have gone through that video that I shared in the group. Even if you've not seen, today in the class, I will be giving you a brief oversight as to what we discussed yesterday, and we will move forward also, right? So, if you've joined this class, that means you are ready to take charge of your life, right? And for that, you must give a pat on your back, because it takes a huge effort, to take the responsibility at to take the responsibility that I am ready to be my own doctor. I am ready to be my own astrologer. I am ready to be my own physician, my own coach, my own mentor. And that's what is my aim. I want you to become, yeah, I want you to become uh, absolutely open to learning that you can become anything and everything for yourself. You know, I was mentioning, I think on Sunday, I was mentioning to to the people who joined the call, that there was someone who said, "Will you be my friend or will you be my mentor?" So my answer to that person was, "I will be whatever you will want me to be. But I want you to be your own friend and your own mentor, so that you're not dependent on anyone. And as of now, since you do not know what you're capable of, you've come here. And the moment I give you the tools and the skills by which you can take your power, right? You will become your own best friend and your own mentor, your own coach, your own astrologer, physician, doctor, and everything else, right? You will not be dependent on your relationships, on your family, on your friends, on your neighbors, on your colleagues, on your boss, right? You'll not be dependent on anything, but you will be very well self-sufficient. And it all starts with your brain. I gave you a little bit of how physically our brain works, right? And how our brain is determining what is manifesting our life, right? I told you about the 3 levels of the brain, right? So could you go through the recording? Srinivas, Raju, Kalai, could you go through the recording? Write it in the chat box. I want it to be very, very, interactive. I want you all to participate so that I know that you're understanding what I'm saying, right? Because my aim of sitting here is so that by the time you go out of this masterclass after 1 hour that we are supposed to be together, you should learn, right? Okay. Joining today's session, right? So Kalai, it is first session for her. So no problem. We will discover, right? And I want you all to tell me on the chat box, what are your expectations since you joined on day 2, right? Uh, I will be sharing. I will be sharing, Kalai. In the duration of the course, I will be telling you what we covered, and I've already shared in the group. I will reshare it, and that knowledge will come to you. It'll not be with me. It'll come to you. But I'm really curious to know. Thank you so much, Kalai. I'm really curious to know, since you all missed the day 1 and you've come to day 2, give me one word. What is it that you're looking forward to when you hear the paradigm shift, when you hear the word scientific manifestation, when you hear the word that, you can rewire your brain? What is it that you're expecting? What is that one change that you want to make in your life? In the last class, I learned that our past need not be our future. You told that. Absolutely, Srinivas. Our past is not determining our future. If we change ourselves, absolutely. Thank you so much, Srinivas, for being interactive and for writing in the chat box. Excellent. We also learned about the conscious, the unconscious, the subconscious mind, right? And it's just the starting. We have 100 billion neurons in those three layers of brain that we have, okay? And present to live as we expect. Absolutely. We have to be present to our life. The past is a fiction. It's not with us. Can we touch the past? It's just in our mind, isn't it? It's just in our mind. It's got nothing to do with who we are today, but it is really determining. Past is yesterday's newspaper. Absolutely. Do we read that newspaper? Do we even open that newspaper? We use it for keeping chaat pakoda, right? We use it for doing our craft and we just throw it, or we use it to wrap things or clean things. It is only in that day that the newspaper is making any sense. And for future, we are going to an astrologer, or we are making sure. If today you've come here, that means you're making sure that your future is beautiful. Today is a present. It's a God's gift, and that is why it is called present. We say, right, I got a present from my friend. That's a present. I got it from my friend, and that's present. And today, if we join this class, we want to make our future present, a pleasant present, isn't it? Yes or no? I want you to be interactive. Really, it really boosts my morale. Yesterday, the people who were there, they were very interactive, and thus we could, really, really unfold a lot of things, right? And my course would be as per whatever you will be asking me. You can ask me anything during how I am teaching you, all right, while I'm trying to explain things to you. I have lots and lots of stories for you. I have lots and lots of belief changes for you. And yesterday, we also understood, when we were understanding about the conscious, the unconscious, the subconscious, and the subconscious, the role of subconscious, we also learned that our present is because of the beliefs that we have. Do I believe that I am good enough for a 5 lakh rupees per month income? If I do not believe that, I will not be earning it. Will I be earning it? Yes or no? If I believe that I do not deserve to earn 5 lakhs, I want to earn. I want every month 5 to 10 lakh rupees easily and effortlessly coming in my bank account. But my belief system is that I am capable, or I am good enough for only 5,000 rupees, or say 10,000 rupees a month, or 50,000 at the max. Will I be earning anything more than that? No, right? I find a beautiful girl. I look at her and I feel, I wish I could get married to her, but I'm not good enough. Why will she look at me? Why will she marry me? You think that girl can ever marry you? Is there any remote chance? You put limit to our mindset. We spoke about that also yesterday. We have scientific terms, I told you, how we put limit to our mindset. That's our belief, and we have to break that belief. Actually, like this. This is going to be our breaking the limited mindset action would be. We would be physically smashing those beliefs which are stopping us from achieving whatever we want to achieve. And we will be planning and aiming for audacious goals. If you think that you want 2 lakh rupees a month, I will push you to make an aim of 10 lakh rupees a month. And we will shoot for the stars. And even if we land to say 8 lakh rupees a month, you think it's going to hurt? Yes or no? If you plan for 1 lakh rupees a month, I tell you, no, expand it. Let the elastic get extended. Make it 10 lakh rupees. Make your goal longer, elongate it. and then you fall short and you make 8 lakhs, will it pinch? Yes or no? No, right? You'll be fine. You'll be like, okay, fine. I started with 1, I got 8, fine. But your mind has now opened. The elasticity of your mind had opened. And I'm sure you've heard terms like neuroplasticity, right? Yesterday we spoke about epigenetics, how we can change the composition of our genes. And the moment we change the composition of our genes, we change it not only for ourselves, but the generations. And the generations are not only the, the offsprings who come after us, our kids who physically get born by us, but also those kids who are, say, our sisters' children, our neighbors' children, are in fact whoever comes in close vicinity of us. Energetically, we change the genes of those people. Energetic, we are energy beings, human beings, right? And we can change the genes through epigenetics. It has been proved that we can change the genes of our previous generations also. Okay? Our previous generations, even if they're not in this world, we can mend our relationships with them and heal our present, thus heal our future. And maybe they're, cross the rainbow bridge. They are somewhere else in this universe and they're preparing for the next lifetime. It has all been proved to some extent that energetically we get transferred from one, lifetime to another lifetime, and how a seed becomes a tree and a tree becomes a seed. I hope you're understanding what I'm saying, right? So I want you to, like Kalai very nicely said, that we put limit to our mindset, right? Now it's going to be interactive. We are few of us here, and it's lovely because we can learn more here. Okay, I can see what you're writing and what you're really feeling, and we'll break and smash those. Yeah. So, right. So I want you to tell me that when is it that you feel that something becomes difficult for you? I'm sure there are certain things, right, Srinivas, Raju, there are some things which you feel are difficult for you. How do they become difficult for you? How do they become difficult for you? You can unmute yourself also. We can make it a little engaging session because we are here to learn, right? How I want you to change this perception that something is difficult for you. Sitting here will make it easy. When do you say that something is difficult for me? Can you write in the chat box? I want to really, really know what is your thought process in this. Yeah? Okay. I'll give you a lead. All right? Okay, you want to answer, Kalai? You can unmute yourself, please.
Maybe based on our past thing, we put limit to our mindset.
You're trying to say that our past experiences, right? Raju ji is saying that relationships, that's also experiences, Raju ji, isn't it? Whatever our friends have told me, or whatever, I mean, what I feel Kalai wants to say is that if I tried doing, say, learning car, and I couldn't do in the first go, I feel driving car is difficult. Right, Kalai? That's what you meant? And
Yes,
Rajuji, when he says that relationships make things difficult, it's because, say, I'm a woman and there is a limiting belief in the world that women are not good drivers. And my husband says that women cannot drive, it's not safe. So my relationship has put a limit to my mind, isn't it? Is that what you're trying to say, Rajuji? That someone else has said something to me. Yeah. Kala, you want to say something else too?
maybe by observing people from our childhood, we add perceptions that this is difficult, this is wrong. We
Right.
put limitations, yes.
Examples, our examples, whoever, maybe we have seen, something is very difficult, past experiences, Srinivas is saying, we feel future is going to be hard. Okay. We have seen our father saying, or in our family, people saying that earning money is difficult. Money doesn't grow on trees. It's not easy. You're spending so much money. You know how it is, how difficult it is to earn money, right? How difficult it is to learn a language. And we put a limiting belief in our mind that speaking English is very difficult, especially in this country. People put this limitation. It's not my mother tongue. I cannot speak. I have not studied in a convent school. I cannot speak. People put this limiting beliefs in in their own head. Sometimes it is created by the environment. Sometimes it is own created. And sometimes you don't have knowledge of that thing. Okay. So I get scared. I want to invest money in share market. I know if I put money in share market, I'll be able to make money. Or I put it in SIP, I will be able to make money. But because I don't have any knowledge, I'm scared to put my money there. I will put it in FD, wherein the returns are not that great. But because I do not have knowledge, I'm scared to do that. Isn't it? You agree with me? Yes or no? When we don't have knowledge, we are scared. When we have past experiences which are not good, we are scared. When we don't have guidance, we blame that my parents never taught me, my school never taught me. Right? Isn't it? Ashutosh, you want to say something? Anything? You can also engage. What do
Yeah,
you feel?
this is my first time I've joined my class.
Yeah, yeah. No issues, no issues. We are all first timers, all right? So no problem. So we are just discussing failure in money making, okay? That nobody taught me how to make money. Nobody taught me money making skills. That's why I want to join a course and I want to learn how to make money. That's the first step. I know that, okay, I don't know this, but I want to learn. That's the first step. But self-doubt stops us. What if I put some money and it gets lost? My family can stop us, okay? Or someone has said it's not possible. Women are not good drivers. So it happens. Can I tell you a small story around this? Okay. So I'll tell you a story. There was a group of children in Japan. Okay. So what they did, Japan is known for what? For technology, for doing everything by a logic. They do not just hear things and say, okay, this is how it is. They want to know the logic, the science behind it. And they do experiments. And that's how I want you all. We will be doing experiments with our mindset. We will be breaking our limiting beliefs. Okay. We are going to think like the Japanese in this. We're going to adapt all the good qualities of all the good people and become the best selves that we can. So talking about the Japanese students, okay, what happened in a school in Japan, they divided the children into two groups, all right? They just asked the two groups to separate out, not meet each other. They told the first group, gave set of 10 questions, okay, to the first group. And the same set of question to the second group. Thank you so much, Kalai. Thank you. Same questions. In the first group, what did they say? They said it's very simple questionnaire. Anyone can solve it. People, you are in grade 5, grade 2 kids have solved it. Last year they could solve it. It was 100%. So simple. They were average questions. And to the next group, they said, we have given you a very difficult questionnaire. Even grade 10 could not solve it. It's very, very difficult. It's going to really challenge your mind. Most of you are going to get it wrong. Okay, the teacher is scaring them. Can you guess what was the result? They all attempted the questions. Can you guess what was the result? Any guesses? Who did better? The team A, who was told it's very easy, or team B, who was told it was very difficult? Who did better? The average score. Okay, there was two groups of children, team A and team B. Team A had some kids, say around 40 kids. Team B had 40 kids. They were given the same questionnaire. Team A was given the same questionnaire. Team B was given the same questionnaire. Now, Team A was told that I'm giving you this questionnaire. You're in grade 5, class 5, but this questionnaire is very simple, very easy. Anyone can do it. Last year, the same questionnaire was given to Grade 2 kids. Absolutely, Srinivas. I'm repeating for Kalai. You're bang on, right? Last year, it was given to grade 2 students and they also solved it. Very simple. All of you will pass. And the same questionnaire was given to Team B also. But the teacher said it's very difficult. Nobody has ever solved it. Everybody fails. You will not be able to solve it. If you solve it, it's going to be very rare. It's so tricky. It is like life and death. The teachers scared these kids of Team B so much. Can you guess what was the result finally? Who did better, Team A or Team B? Srinivas has already written it for us, but I want you to really think. The Team B miserably failed. Miserably. None of them passed. And Team A, all of them passed except for 2. That's rare, right? Sometimes it was average. Some kids could not pass, but most of the kids passed. And here, nobody passed. What does it tell about? It's a real story. It's a real story. It tells us that whatever is told to us as human beings, and especially kids, and we are also like yesterday, I told you, we call ourselves grown-ups. We call ourselves, yeah, it's all about how the information is passed to our subconscious mind. The kids don't question. The elders question a little bit. But you know, the elders are who? 50-year-old kid who just has 40 years of experience. And that 40 years that is added into that kid's subconscious is mostly failures or negative programming, like what was given to Team B, that it is very difficult to pass. It's very challenging. All your life, you've been told that the work that you're doing or making money is very difficult. Sustaining relationships is very difficult. Having a good health is very difficult. Cancer is very prone. It is happening to almost everyone these days. Bankrupt, people get bankrupt. If you put in share market, if you do satta, if you do trading, you will lose money. 90% people lose money. This is what has been told to us. So a 50-year-old man, his conditioning is worst. He needs this class more than a 10-year-old child. If 10-year-old child attends this class, I hope someday these classes are given to the schools. But it's still not there. The NCRT or the CBSE or the ICSE are still not incorporated. We know, we've been taught science, SST, English, Hindi, maths, but there is nothing that we can apply in our real life. When we go into the real life, we are struggling. We are in limiting belief that I have studied from Hindi medium, I have studied from Telugu medium. I do not have enough knowledge to perform outside. I cannot marry the person of my dreams, or I cannot sustain a healthy relationship. I cannot raise my kids to become, say, aim to become the prime minister of this country. I cannot dream of winning the Padma Vibhushan someday from the president of India. I've put so much of limiting beliefs. If I say this also to my own family, they will laugh at me. They will put limiting beliefs in my mind. That what are you saying? Are you mad? Do your work, do your 50,000 rupees job and come back at home. Provide for the food. Isn't it? You agree with me or you not agree with me?
Yes.
We are that Team B. We should have been told money making is very easy. Anyone can make. Life is what? How many years do we live? I want you to write on the chat box. What is the maximum lifespan you think any person has? Indian, average Indian. Kalai, yes. Yes, Kalai, you raised your hand. I want to keep it very interactive. I want you to speak. The moment you raise your hand, I want. Yes, Srinivas. 80. Raju, 65. Okay. It has become a
100.
little better. 100. Very optimistic. Yes. So we come somewhere average, what Srinivas says, around 80, right? 80 is the normal lifetime. And if what is our age now? You subtract it and you check how much is left. But then you feel, oh my God, I'm 70 already and 80 is the average. Why should I learn? Why should I learn? But if you learn, darling, you are going to change the epigenetics of your family. your generations to come, your living son, daughter, daughter-in-law will change. You will give, if you've not given 100 crores to your family like the Ambani gave, okay, the kind of marriage that he's given to his son, at least you'll give different genetics that you are not the team B kids. You were someone who could make money easily. You could be someone who could come first in class. You could become the prime minister of the country. You could aspire your grandchildren to become the prime minister of this country. And that all starts with your rewiring. Explain epigenetics in simple layman language. Okay. So epigenetics is, our brain, when we are born, Kalai, what happens? We are born, right? I'm sure when you were born, I want you to unmute and tell me, uh, when you were born or when you're growing up, did anyone say that you look like your mother or you look like your father, you look like your grandmother? Did anyone say that to you?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And you have kids?
Yeah.
Yeah. So does anyone say that, you look like your mom or you look like your dad? Are they told like that?
Yeah, I resemble my mother. The
You
entire
resemble your
face
mother?
structure resemble
Yeah.
my mother.
I'm sure sometimes you would have said your kids, you're observing your kids, and you would say, you're behaving exactly like my mom, or you're behaving like my dad. Your kids. And sometimes your mom will say you're behaving like my mother. So the genes are passing, right? We have a unique structure. We have every time a kid is born, each one of us, like our thumbprint is different, right? In Aadhaar card and everywhere, yes or no? Whenever we put the thumbprint, they do the Nadi thing also. The astrologers also need the thumbprint. We have a unique thumbprint. And just like that, we all have a unique genetic code. And when you were born, your father's genes and your mother's genes got mixed and you were born. And then your children, when they were born, your genes and your husband's genes were transferred. And not only your husband's and yours, but also his parents, both sets, and your parents. And before that also, you may not be aware of your great grandfather's name. I don't know. A great grandfather, beyond that, I just don't know because nobody knows. We don't remember, and that was not the generation of, passing on. Maybe our grandkids would know because we have such technology. So that time, nobody knows, but the genes is there. Maybe my nose looks like my grandfather's mother. So that is the genes. Now that genes is what? It has got energy. It has molecules. It has got atoms, protons, neutrons, electrons. We've read in our science, isn't it? Do you remember? Sixth grade science, biology, even physics, right? It told us about nucleus. It has got protons, electrons. Electrons are negative, protons are positive, neutrons are, and they are the lowest of energy. Okay, now if my shape of my nose is like my grandfather's mother, the the gene structure is similar. That is why I have become like her. And I'm behaving like her. And somewhere my mindset is like her. So my energy is the energy inside my nose somewhere, the structure of my skin, the blood in my veins. Most of the time, if you require when you meet with an accident or something, God forbid, the first donor is your own family member because this composition of the blood scientifically, because it's a scientific manifestation class, that's why I love science. I'm a total nerd. I love to read science, and thus I need scientific explanation. I'm so glad you asked this question. So the energy inside those cells is vibrating at certain frequency. I will later tell you what is frequency and how it determines what is our attraction, right? And all this happens, right? Uh, that is epigenetics. That imprint, that energy imprint is epigenetics. Okay. And there are books which have been written, there have been documented, there have been reports written by Harvard, and you can, yesterday also I told, you can Google it. The epigenetics says that if you change your mindset today, you're not only changing the next generation, you can change the previous generation. What do we do when we do, there are charades, right? We pray to our ancestors. We give water to them. We, thank you so much. Thank you so much. We give water, we give food to others, thinking that when I'm giving food to the needy, this food is going to my ancestors, isn't it? On the energy level, it is going. So if I'm transforming my mindset, on the energy level, I'm transforming them also. And thus my whole genes is changing. Science has proved that if you're eating glucose and if you're eating too much chocolates and you eat too much fat or liquor, you're spoiling your genetics. And if I have BP problem, if I have high glucose, chances are my offsprings may also have that BP and glucose without even having the issues that I have developed myself. Right? It happens, right? Even in the surgeries, when we go for a surgery, before that we fill the form, we are asked that does our mother or our father has got such and such issues, which is like asthma and high cholesterol and high BP, isn't it? Don't we tick all that? That's all epigenetics. So that is that, right? Now it's your mindset. We spoke about it, that A team and the B team is all about mindset, right? The A team has got a negative mindset. Okay. So everybody is able to understand here, isn't it? Whatever I'm saying, are you able to understand? Yeah, I'm speaking in very simple English, right? I'll tell you over the period of time, I'll tell you my limiting beliefs also, which was around the language English also, because I am not studied in convent, right? And I broke my limiting beliefs. I had this, that I'm not studied in a convent school, you know? I had this limiting belief that I can't speak that well. And now I've taken it as a challenge. And now I think in English language. I've just changed myself. And so can you. Yeah, thank you so much, Kalai. So can you. Anything you can change. And I took it onto myself when I was learning, you know, changing of belief transfer and various life coaching modalities. This was one of the things that I engaged in, and it totally transformed me, and so can you change, right? So now the question is whether you have a problem solving attitude or a problem, exaggerating the problem attitude. I'll give you one more story, again from Japan. Are you okay with that? Yes or no? Yeah? Okay. So what happened is, we know Japan is about entrepreneurship. Okay. So it's about entrepreneurship, I said, technology, right? So when you say there was a big factory in Japan, they wanted to expand. Okay. So they sent one representative to a place where there was no their company had no presence, right? And they said, okay, you go and do a survey that if we can launch a factory there. So that guy went and he did the survey. And you know what he found? He found that there was no one. I hope I'm recording this session. Am I? Yeah, it's recording. So he found that there was no one in the village who was wearing slippers. He was like, oh my God, this village, there's no one who's wearing even a slipper, right? And I've come here. We cannot set up a factory here, because if we set up a factory here, we're going to be in losses. Yes or no? What do you think? Write it in the chat box. I
Yes.
want to see. Yeah. Or otherwise speak, right? So I want, because the more you write, thank you so much for keeping your videos open, because that is what subconsciously you are more engaged here. You're not doing anything else. Okay. So engage in the chat box, because in that way the learning becomes faster. And we want to learn something by the time we go. 1 hour, we're going to utilize it. Okay. So he said nobody's going to buy here. They're so backward, they don't even wear chappals here. They're not even wearing slippers here. So he went back to his factory. He said, boss, don't get there, it's going to be total losses. I said, okay, fine, we'll not go there. Now they had a competitor of theirs. What happens? Coca-Cola and Pepsi, don't they do the same thing? Yes or no? They want to do the
Yes.
same thing, right? He comes for can, the guy comes for can, he comes for can. Whatever he introduces, the other guy introduces. Coke Zero, Pepsi Black, without sugar, right? Whatever this guy does, he wants to copy. So their competitor said, okay, thinking minds, right? Maybe somebody shifted the company here and there. He said, you know, that place, we have no presence over there, that area in Japan. Why don't you go? Mindset of an entrepreneur, absolutely. Japanese are, known for that. So he said, go and do a survey there. The same place where the earlier guy went, and he said, again, he saw these guys are not wearing any chappals or slippers. He came back and he said, boss, we must immediately, make factories there. In fact, double. You were planning to spend 100 crores, invest 200 crores. Who was correct? The A guy or the B guy? I want your answers. Who was correct? Was this guy going into losses? What was he doing? I just want A or B. I want you to engage in this. Who was correct? B. Raju says B. Okay. Okay, repeat. Okay. I'll repeat it. So Kalai, you understood that the first guy said that these guys are not wearing chappals and it's going to be total disaster. Don't invest there. These, backward villagers, who will buy our shoes? It's going to be very bad. Don't invest there. So he came back. So his competitor went, they were also doing their survey. And this guy, when he did the survey, he also observed that these guys are not wearing any slippers also. And you know what he did? He came back, he told his boss, you're planning to invest 100 crores, invest 200 crores. Why? What do you think? A or B, Kalai? Ashutosh, engage, tell me.
B,
Raju has
B,
already
B,
told B.
B.
Kalai says B. Ashutosh, you want to try? Which one? A or B? Who's correct?
A.
A? Okay. The correct answer, actually, if you think about it, till we didn't know about B, I also, when I heard the story, I for once said A. A was correct because these guys are Jahil Gawat. They don't even know. But you know what the B guy thought? The B guy thought it's a big market. They don't have slippers. If we tell them what is the importance of wearing slippers, what is the importance of wearing shoes, how they can run, how their performance can improve, it's a huge market. There's no competition. It's a positive attitude. It's a problem-solving attitude. And if you want to make 100 crores, you only require you need to solve only one problem in this world. Any problem that has not been solved, you just have to solve that problem. Or solve that problem for that person for whom that problem has not been solved. Solve it for that person and you will make a lot of money. That is positive attitude. And that is called the growth mindset. And when you have the growth mindset, now I'm going back again into your brain. When you have a growth mindset, the growth mindset does not come on its own. We have our conditioning. Lots and lots of conditioning has happened. We have to rewire our brain into growth mindset to think like the B guy thought. Because all of us will see how the A guy did, right? All of us, we want to, it's easier to see like the A guy, but it is difficult to see like the B guy. So it's an attitude. Attitude has to be changed in the neurons of our brain. Okay. So who all saw the attitude and opportunity like this? Any examples that you can think of? I'll give you one example. Facebook. Facebook saw that people are in transferable job. They go from one place to another. They lose touch with their friends. I can get them together, right? He ran for so many years and then free. Facebook is absolutely free still, right? And slowly, he started making money. There are various things he has acquired Instagram. But there was a problem that people will, Infosys. Infosys, the problem. Absolutely, Raju. Bang on. When you interact here, you're engaging. And it's an engaging, it has to become an engaging class for us to have maximum learning. Since we are here for 1 hour, might as well learn, right? So Infosys learned. It learned that in US, the technology was very expensive. And India has got a lot of technical graduates, so many engineers, isn't it? And India has unemployment. Indians, Indian economy is less. We are ready to work for very less money also. In US, they want a lot of money. So he went to the US companies and he said, I can give you engineering talent, very smart, because Indians are very hardworking, isn't it? You would agree with me. Our minds are the sharpest in the world, right? We lack in our mindset, and thus we are backwards. And that's why maybe somebody ruled on us for so many years. We just lack our mindset. Yes or no? Our minds are very sharp.
Yes.
We come from the Vedic culture. Absolutely, Kalai. We are very sharp. He said, I'll give you the best brains, technology brains at very less prices. He solved a problem. And he solved the problem for many, many engineers who were in India having no job. So many job opportunities got created. He was a disruptor in the market. He gave so many jobs many, many years back. Right, Raju? That's what you're saying. So Ola also was like this. Uber, Ola, Oyo, all these. There was some problem and they wanted to solve it. And when they solved it, they made $1 billion. Zomato, right? Blinkit, who's providing, household supplies, vegetables. Yes or no? Are we using them? We have used, all of us have used. Yes or no? Right? So they have solved some problem for us, right? They saw there was some opportunity, right? Now, I want you to understand that when we say rewiring, why do we want to do rewiring of our brain? That's the aim of this, the whole session, the whole thing. Why do we want to why do we want to rewire our brain? I want answers from you. Yeah, in Amazon, Raju, absolutely. To change ourselves, absolutely, Kalai. We want to change ourselves because we know that there is a gap, a knowledge gap, or a belief gap, or a value gap. I deserve more. My family deserves more. If I have everything, I deserve international travels. I deserve to take my family for a US trip. And not only me, my kids, my wife, my parents, my brothers, my sisters, I should have that much of money. I want to give ancestral property to my younger ones. I want to make 1 CR for them, 100 CRs for them. I want to make a big house. Is there anything wrong in that? Yes or no? But we understand, for thinking, we have our limiting beliefs. Absolutely. We agree. Thank you so much. For everything like that, we need to change our brain, the rewiring of our brain, and we have to become the 2.0 version of ourselves. So Garima has to become a Garima 2.0 version. I have to think of my brain as a negative thinking to positive thinking. We need rewiring the mind. Absolutely. If I'm a laptop or a desktop or a computer, I have certain viruses, which are my past experiences, or maybe my 5th grade teacher who told me you're good for nothing, you'll never do anything. Or that evil aunt who, when I couldn't perform well in my exams, she laughed at me. And she told my dad to not make her study anymore, teach her cooking and get her married because she has no interest in studies, right? All these people have made an impact on my mind and they are the virus in my mind. I need to let this virus go away. For that, I need to put an antivirus. I need to put an update. I need to restart my brain, because brain is also like a computer, isn't it? We are programming it. When you are listening to me, when we are reading to good books, we are attending good courses, and you will agree that we have so much of knowledge these days. So much of knowledge is available these days with us, but it is so scattered. If I want to learn something, my mind will get more corrupted with so much information, isn't it? My, this If you see a laptop also, it has got a storage, it has got a capacity. If I cross that capacity, what will happen? Tell me, what will happen if I cross that capacity? It will start hanging, it will start, not taking any more information. There will be information overload. Yes or no? Yes, Ashutosh, agree or no? Yes? Yes, Rajuji? Yes, Kamleshji? Kalai, you agree or not? Can we put so much information into our brain?
Yes.
Yeah, you agree with me. Absolutely. And do you know that there's a term for that? When you put excess information in your brain, more than it can take, which is non-structured. If you come to a course, which is structured, there is a benefit for that. The terminology that we have is hanging. It's called the hang. Your brain gets hanged in the term when the laptop hangs, but your brain develops a brain fog. Yes? So there is a brain fog that comes. Okay. So that is something that is not desirable. Thus, I want to put a structured way of changing, rewiring my brain. And that is why I'm sitting here, and I want to change. Helped with me in past, happened with me in past. See, it happened with you in past. It has happened with all of us. But you know what? Who excels? You think uh you you think when Narendra Modi was, I'm taking an example of a prime minister, because I'm sure we can have any ideology, but we admire the way that guy works, isn't it? Yes or no? Right? We all admire that.
Yes.
Yeah. And you think when he was growing up, he never had any untoward incident, any negative incident? Yes or no? You think it is possible that he's achieved such milestones? He comes from such a lower middle class family. He has sold tea. Okay. So many problems were there in his life, and still he's reached here because his mind was rewired towards growth. He is not hiding this fact that I was a tea seller. But what do? We have something, yeah, Kalai, yes.
I mean, how long it takes to rewire our mindset?
How long does it take to rewire our
Or
mindset?
is there any shortcut to change it instantly?
Absolutely. Have you heard of something called affirmations?
Yes.
Yes, we've all heard. We've all heard affirmations. And have you heard of something called gratitude? Yes.
Yes.
Now, we all know, by now, we all know that if we have, if we speak affirmations, if we have gratitude, if we do our prayers, why do we do prayers? We vibrate on a higher frequency. If we can let go of something, how fast can Kalai forget some negative incident in her life, which is in subconscious layers, it's there,
I have
and
one
not,
thing to say.
hmm,
I
yeah,
mean, I believe in gratitude and affirmation. I don't believe in God.
that's okay. I also don't believe. I
Okay.
believe in universe. I believe in
Okay.
universe. I believe that, and I've done a scientific research on this, that when people pray, you know what happens? They vibrate higher because they have belief, they have trust, they're in surrender mode. If I can surrender, the God is being given to us. That's my belief. Okay, we're going a little religious here, but if we the humans, our subconscious is not ready to be. It's
I
in
have a
survival
question.
mode.
If
Yeah.
people doesn't believe on religious thing, what is the thing I have to focus on? Whether the nature, can you just
Hmm.
list out?
So, yes, what is it that you would focus on? Now, do you agree that you coming in this world is a miracle, Kalai? It's a miracle. How your
Yes.
body is functioning, you're a miracle. Your eyes are there, your ears are there, you're smelling things, you're feeling, your body is feeling. You felt very happy in life and you felt your lows as well. You're a miracle. You can see your hair are growing, your nails are growing. That means your growth is happening. You've given birth to kids. You've seen how a kid is, in your body, how a kid became a full-grown child, came out of your body, and now is outside living a whole life, a whole destiny, right? A seed is making a tree, and a tree is making a seed, and there are fruits. Aren't these miracles? If we don't have to believe in God, can we believe? And we are seeing these miracles. Can we believe in the miracle? Some power, the heart beating. It's so beautiful. And we just put our hand on our heart, the connection that we make. Can we believe in this? We need not believe. I don't believe in God. I'm an atheist. I believe in the universe. I believe in the miracle of God. And I believe that we are all energy beings. We are vibrating on certain frequencies. It's just by luck or by karma or something that I have born here. I could have been born anywhere in the world, right? I could have been born anywhere in the world. And then I would have had different beliefs and different mindsets and different life. But now that I'm here, how I can make sure that this lifetime, I know only of this lifetime, how can I make sure this lifetime I achieve my max potential, right? And
I
when
have a
I pray,
question.
yeah,
Whatever happens, it is because of the individual mindset or it is because of the surrounding
okay,
what we see.
okay. See, surrounding makes a very big impact. Our mind is in three layers. The conscious, which is only 10%, which says, I'm motivated, I want to do studies, I want to be the CEO of my company. But there is 90% subconscious, unconscious, or supraconscious, whatever you call it. It is my programming that has happened in my childhood, which is continuously happening in my office, in my place, in my where I'm staying, the surrounding, and how I absorbed it as a person. You would see there are five brothers. If there is a family, five brothers, you think all five are same? The surroundings are same, but are all five same? No. Yes or no, Kalai? No, right? They will, the way the individual has taken things, the way his mindset is, same parents, same environment, still a different person. Okay, it's an 80-20 rule that applies everywhere. Okay, 20% is your own self that you are, that you're born with, but 80% is the environment around you. And if you change yourself, if you have that growth mindset that I can change, I can become something, or I want the max potential for myself, and I'm working towards it. I have the growth mindset. I don't have the fixed mindset, right? If I'm working on myself, then I can change my life. And when you said that how much time it takes for me to transform, it depends on how quick is your mind ready? How quick is your subconscious mind ready to let go of those many, many beliefs that are hidden in the layers of your brain? How quick are you ready to believe that I am the best that I can be? That I'm the
I
best
have a
in,
question.
yeah.
You were saying before that you are not very good in English. You
Mm,
had some beliefs and
mm,
you had overcome, and now you are delivering
mm,
a good speech.
mm.
I mean, how long does it take for you, and what are the steps you did?
It depends on, see, that is an entire full module. I had this belief that because I did not, and my parents could speak, okay? I come from a family wherein we kept transferring from one place to another. I had this belief that I've not had the convent education, and thus I'm not very good orator, or thus I could not speak very well in front of thousands of people. These were the limiting beliefs, very, very layers. But when I came to life coaching, I was told that, there are various modules, how your beliefs come from your values. from your subconscious mind programming that you tell yourself. There are various methods that you apply, neuro-linguistic programming. It's a full module, belief transfer. Okay. And it depends on how fast are you willing. You know how hypnotherapy happens? Can I hypnotize you, Kalai, if I want to? Can I hypnotize you,
Yes,
Raju, if I want to? No.
yes, and even I have one more question. In Tamil,
Yeah.
they say, "Ennam pola vaalka," what you think you become.
Mm.
People
Mm.
say this after achieving many things. Okay,
Mm.
even APJ is saying that you have to dream big.
Mm.
What is the secret? People say to dream big.
Mm.
They are not revealing the secret, how they think and what practice
See
they.
how they're thinking, that is what I'm saying. They are thinking their subconscious. When they say think, see, your subconscious is not ready to believe you. Subconscious is in the survival mode, is in the flight or fight mode. The subconscious is 7.5 million years old. The subconscious is thinking that there is a tiger attacking you, that you are in a cave, that you are still an ape, that you don't have a house, you don't have protection from rain, summer, winter. Subconscious is thinking that, and it is always protecting you. It is always in two modes, flight or fight mode. And
How
you
to
are
murder the subconscious mind of
that is what,
survival
that takes a
capability.
lot of time, Kalai. And
Okay.
your beliefs, every one belief, it depends. When I said, let me finish this, okay? When I say that I can hypnotize you, I can only hypnotize you if you are ready to get hypnotized. You know that? I've tried it. I've tried it. Okay. I was in a hypnotherapy session. All right. We were around 50 of us. And that guy gave same instruction to all of us. Some of us were totally hypnotized and some of us were absolutely not. And those who were not, he said, you cannot be hypnotized because your mind, your conscious is blocking me to go into your subconscious. There has to be a pathway, and that for that you have to allow. If I'm sitting with you, I am telling you have to be willing to change the wiring of your brain. And how willing are you? How willing I am to break the wiring of my mind that I am an excellent orator, that I can speak flawless English, that I can speak. I used to think I can speak to Indians, but I cannot speak to foreigners because they speak so fast. I can't understand, how fast they're speaking. I
I
don't
have
know
one
how
more
I make the
question.
question. Yeah.
You are saying no, without our permission, you cannot
Mm, mm.
hypnotize.
There is an
But
RAS sitting. Mm.
yeah, people they say no, they talk to dead body. How it is
Mm.
possible?
There's past life therapy, the past life regression you're talking about.
I mean, they say no, they mean my friend or somebody passed away, and they
Somewhere
wanted
their
to know the reason.
subconscious, see, their conscious has to sleep. What happens when you're sleeping? What happens when you're sleeping? Your conscious sleeps, right? It goes into rest. That's why you don't know what is happening because your conscious is protecting you, but your subconscious is alive, and that's why you have dreams. And you are sleeping how? Your body gets tired, you're willing to sleep. If you keep yourself awake, no, I will not sleep. Your body will give up at one point, right? Because you need that rest. Somewhere your permission is required. Your permission,
One more
okay,
question.
fine. Hmm.
People say no, we have to sleep for 8 hours, 10 hours to keep our body fit
Kalai
and
has got
health.
a lot of
But I don't.
questions. I don't know if
Yeah,
others
yeah.
are able to
But
keep pace with these questions.
but people, I don't sleep that much hour. I only sleep for 2 hours.
Hmm.
The even I am getting tired. I wanted to sleep now itself.
Hmm.
Uh, it is not 8 hours.
You
Does it
have
matter?
trained,
The
see,
duration.
your subconscious controls everything. You have told your subconscious between the conscious and the subconscious. Let me finish this, huh? Between the conscious and the subconscious, there is a thing called the RAS, reticular activating system. You have to pass it. When you say affirmations, Kalai is the best. Kalai does not require sleep. Kalai does not require sleep. When you tell this again and again and again, the RAS is the security guard sitting outside your subconscious mind. All right. And when it passes through that, when the RAS is confirmed, that yes, it takes a lot of time for that RAS to, but if you continuously tell, it's a security guard. If you continuously tell, the subconscious gets it. Let me finish, huh?
But last 20 days, I didn't do anything. I was just
You're
going with the
subconsciously
flow.
telling. You're subconsciously telling yourself, I do not need this sleep. Because you know what? You know something, Kalai, that if you will sleep, you will lose out on something, isn't it? You want to, your passion is burning inside
Okay,
you. Keeping you awake. You're thinking if you'll sleep, you'll lose out on something. And thus you're not
okay,
sleeping.
okay.
You
Maybe
have told,
indirectly it
yeah.
is.
Yes, your passion for something, I don't know what it is, but it is burning inside you. Why it happens, Raju, Kamlesh ji, Ashutosh, you can also say, why does it happen that when it is your exams, you pull out an all-nighter, you sleep at 4, you go and you give the exam and you come back, and again you're able to pull out an all-nighter, 4 o'clock you again sleep, again 9 o'clock you go give an exam. You're able to do it. Anything happens to you? Nothing happens to you because your ambition is to pass the exam. The consequences that your subconscious knows, if you will not pass the exam or do the exam, your subconscious knows the consequences. So you're able to pull. The subconscious has to be convinced. If you're able to convince the subconscious easily, good enough. If you're not able to convince your subconscious easily, it is difficult for you to break that limiting belief. And then you require NLP and various other modalities. Okay. Affirmations work beautifully if you can break that RAS. Sometimes that RAS is still not uh, convinced. It feels it's stupidity, right? I tell myself that I am, what do you say? I'm a money magnet. I'm a money magnet. RAS is laughing. Say, what are you saying? Huh? Whole day you're calculating money, fighting with that auto driver for 20 rupees. Bhindi ke liye you are doing upar niche. You are not a money magnet. 23 hours, your subconscious knows you're not a money magnet. And for those 10 minutes that you did, I'm a money magnet, RS is not convinced. It has not gone inside. You have to have a walking,
I
talking.
don't agree on your thing
Right?
because I say thank you. I mean, thank you in the sense my nature is helping people. Okay, without intentionally, and I don't do any practice at all. Okay,
Mhm.
and things which I want, no, it comes like a magic. But I don't do any affirmation, no gratitude, nothing.
No, it's not
How does it
possible.
happen?
Maybe your subconscious is convinced. Maybe your
Okay.
subconscious is convinced, right? So it doesn't happen. Either you don't have that limiting belief and thus things happen easily. But if you're struggling in something, if you're
No, I
struggling
was,
in
I
one
mean,
area of life,
sorry to interrupt. I
mm,
was under tremendous stress for the last 15 years. Okay. And only
what
after 20
stress?
days, I was open to few things. I was only listening, not implementing. Okay.
Your
Completely.
voice has gone. Yeah.
Suddenly, everything is changing completely.
Maybe your drive is maybe the result that you want. I don't know your story, but maybe the result, like in the exam, you need to read the exam, you need to do something. Okay. You were only learning, not implementing because somewhere your subconscious thought chal jayega. But the moment your subconscious knew, because it is primitive, it is like it is reptilian brain. Reptiles, what do they do? A snake or a lizard. Have you seen a snake or a lizard falling in love, crying, sobbing? No. What does they do? They do only two things. Either they fight or they just run away. Fight or flight. They're so primitive. So your subconscious is reptile. It is thinking whether what is the outcome. It knows it. Can I survive this? Then I'm only learning. When I know there is no subconscious knows. Your conscious is trying to be very calculative. It is wanting to be, very sophisticated. It is making cognitive decisions and all lot of strategies. But your subconscious is saying, "Bhai, yahan kaam nahi chalega. I need to take action now." It's not working out. Just take
But
action.
I
So in 20
understand.
days, you started talking.
Sorry, I don't understand. Say it in English. You said something. Chalega.
Yeah. So maybe you thought that it can be like this. It's easy for me, right? Maybe I can pull it off. 20 days back, when you were only learning, you thought maybe there is something that you can do it. But the moment your subconscious knew that it's not going to work out, it's not going to work out, you have to take action. It's high time. When your subconscious, when that RAS, that trigger, that entry point into your subconscious got broken, you know, it's, you can think of it like a stone or something which you're like, banging. Age difference cause them different cause of time. Yeah. There can be various reasons: age, maturity, panic because of something, some requirement, somewhere your RS has got convinced that you need to do it now. The moment you're subconscious, you do any action. Tomorrow, when you come to the class, I'll tell you why we take action. Sometimes we put the alarm on a Sunday, we wake up at 9 o'clock. I don't know whether it happens to you or not. Okay, we are already over time today. Sometimes you're able to wake up very early, and sometimes you're not able to wake up at all. Like, Monday to Friday, when your child has to go to school, as a mother, I will wake up at 5 o'clock every day, right? My
Yes.
alarm will ring once and I will run. I know I have to quick cook. I have to wake up my kids, get them ready, send them to school. Will they ever get delayed? I could not get up. It will never happen. Isn't it? Yes. Ashutosh, Rajuji, Kamleshji, I want you also. I know Kalai is active and she's participating. Yeah. But when it is a Sunday, my subconscious know it is holiday. What happens? I'll continue. It's okay. I'll wake up at 9 o'clock that day. My subconscious knows it. I'll not put alarm or whatever. So it has to break. And why? Sometimes I'm able to do some action. Sometimes I'm not able to do that action. It is a hormone in my body, a chemical reaction. Your body is a chemical factory. Your body is a chemical factory where there are electrical signals. There are the neurons are electrical, okay? And the moment there are electrical connections, there are chemicals releasing in the body, which are various hormones. Like you must have heard of it, like adrenaline, cortisol, dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, endorphin. We've heard of few, we've not heard of few, isn't it? Yes or no? Yes. So when we have rush of, there is 2, 3 hormones I require in a certain quantity. When I have the dopamine, I want to work. When I have the adrenaline, I can run faster, right? I run faster adrenaline because if I was that 7.5 million years back ape who was, still going up lowest in the food chain, if I was still coming up, I was coming out of my cave and there was a tiger waiting for me to eat me. I was his breakfast. I woken up, I was his breakfast. He's there to attack me. And now I want to run for my life. I know I can't fight that tiger. My subconscious is convinced and I start to run now. What happens? My brain releases certain hormones such as the adrenaline, which is still there today also. It gets released when I know there is a exam coming up. I get adrenaline in my hands, in my legs, and I get glucose spike and I start to run. Marathon runners have adrenaline rush. I'm getting a lot of adrenaline rush, you know but is it good for a sustained period of time if I always have that adrenaline rush? No. I will develop cortisol, which will be stress hormone. And stress hormone is, we develop tummy. If you see a person with a big tummy, or if you see a person with a big back, women and men, a different composition, then this person has got high cortisol. That means the adrenaline, the chemical is unregulated. That means the stress is unregulated. By just looking at the factory, which is the body, that's the factory. By just looking at the factory, you will be able to make out that this person has got stress. This person is not rewired. This person has got the potential to rewire and become the 2.0 version. Right? Any questions, anyone? We would like to end the session now. We are already past our time, right? And the 5-day masterclass is still on. You're welcome to come tomorrow as well. The paradigm shift wherein we are transforming ourselves into a new me, right? We are working towards creating a new me, right? Any questions, anyone? We take one more minute and then we'll end the session.
I just
Yeah.
want a short tip. See, when we wake up, our kids know they don't get up in the morning.
Because
And I heard,
their subconscious is not convinced, Kalai,
but we
that
cannot leave as they sleep. No, we have to send them to school.
they are not convinced. You know, there are some kids who wake up on their own, get ready on their own. They want to go to school.
How to
They have
train
that
on
drive.
kids on
Yeah, yeah. You'll have to give them extrinsic motivation. Intrinsically, which is called internal motivation, is not there. You have to give them external motivation. Maybe give them this hope. You have to connect something that the child likes. That you will become this. If you get this, that we call, okay, yaar, you're blackmailing the kid. We call it, right? Don't say, if you do this, I will do this. But
during
that is
MBA. They
extra.
call it as carrot and reward something.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Carrot and stick. Carrot and stick, it is called, right? You have to show the stick also sometimes, to be strict also. If you'll not do, you'll not get this. Okay, we don't want that. Subconscious can go. We should put positive carrot. We should throw a positive carrot to the kid so that the subconscious does not make limiting beliefs, since we are studying all this. But if we give an extrinsic, like I'll tell about my son, since this question comes. Okay, I tell my son, he wants to become a pilot when he grows up. I tell him, if you go to school, you can become a pilot. It did not occur to him, but I started linking everything with becoming a pilot. And now he's convinced. He wakes up easily. Thank you so much, Kalai. Thank you so much. I'm so happy that it resonated with you, right? Easy to understand. Thank you so much. So that extrinsic of motivation, if you give them, because our subconscious wants to sleep, Kalai, Ashutosh, Veena ji, right? Our subconscious is in the fight or flight. I am that, you have to tell yourself, okay, I am that ape. Or when you're learning this, I will again and again give this example. 7.5 million years, I have not
One
transformed.
maybe you have to give an extra
Mm.
5-minute session when we end this 5-day program.
Mm.
Rather than parents saying, if you say no, our kids will listen.
Okay, surely, surely,
And
surely. We
saying,
can stay connected, and I will definitely, yeah.
thank you.
So, yeah, because when you're learning all this, why are you learning this? Not only for yourself. I started with this. We have to transfer our kids. It's not a parenting session, but you will become a better individual. You'll become a better partner. You'll become a better entrepreneur. You'll become a better human being because you know where the other person is coming
Are
from.
very small. The kids are very small and they are easily adaptable to whatever we say. We
They
have
have,
crossed.
yeah. Still 7 years, they're mostly subconscious. If whatever you tell them till the 7 years of age, and in fact, there are studies which are saying that seven is not there. The subconscious is 90%. I also have, it is only 10% the conscious is. And the conscious has got those experiences, right? And because of that, the subconscious is taking precautionary measures. I can still rewire my mind. But till the age of 7, it is easier because he doesn't have those experiences.
I request you to conduct a session for the students also
I'll
because
do
I
that. I'll definitely do that. Thank you so much. I
was the
really
only
want to. I want to change the way we have been studied. We have been taught in the school. I want to change the way. We've been taught, we always feel that whatever we were taught was making no sense to us. Why we are not able to apply it in our real life. Then what is the use of going to school at 7 and coming back at 3 with big bags and spoiling our whole childhood, you know? And what am I doing right now? I'm not applying whatever I studied, gave so many exams. So many people doubted me. My teacher shouted at me. I got result. My parents said, you did not perform up to my expectation.
To send
And am
my
I
daughter,
applying it in my life? No.
I'm very much interested to send my daughter to a session next 5 days for
Please,
her.
please, please, please.
Very
Definitely,
interested
please send her.
to adapt easily,
Yeah,
and
please send.
study pattern, everything changes completely.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And in fact, this session has got no age bar. If your daughter comes, we'll change according to her and we'll come to her level. And I'm sure
See,
all of us, the rest of them, will also not mind.
same flow.
Hmm.
Then it will have different impact.
Yeah, we'll have it for the kids also,
Thank
right?
you.
So we'll call it a day today and we'll get connected tomorrow also. Okay. And after the 5-day sessions, we have a long, you can learn with me a lot of other things. Okay. It's just the beginning. I will be giving you, because a lot of knowledge will come here, but a lot of knowledge has to continue flowing, right? We'll have a 10-day, very structured program. This over here, we are just discussing, we are having a lot of interaction, but we'll have a 10-day module wherein you will be coming with me for 2 weeks and we will be giving you a lot of assignments and you will be doing that. We'll be life transforming and you'll be doing assignments right in front of me and we will get transformed. By the time we'll be out of those 14 days, we should be a different person. We should be at least saying that I'm Garima 2.0, right? I'm Kalai 2.0, I'm Ashutosh 2.0, I'm Veena 2.0. We should be saying that, isn't it? So I want that to happen in that 10 days. This is just the beginning. If you trust me, continue with me. All right. See you then. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.